Good evening. Welcome to the April 16th City of Oldsmar Council meeting. It is 7 p.m. I'm going to call this meeting to order. Our first item on the agenda is our invocation and our pledge allegiance to the flag. That will be led by our city attorney, Tom Trask. Please rise.
Heavenly Father, send down your blessing on this meeting of the City Council and upon the individual members who comprise it. Give the council members a clear sense of duty and lead them to the faithful discharge of the same. Direct them in their deliberations at this meeting so that all things may be done for the health, safety, and welfare of the people of Oldsmar. This we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate that very much. Our next item on the agenda is our Oldsmar Open Forum. Each speaker will be recognized once and will be limited to a 5-minute presentation on any subject. Please state your name and your address for the record. The forum will conclude at 7:30 p.m. Is there anybody on this side that would like to speak to the council? All right, we'll go over to this side. Come on up. We'll start with you, Amber. Come on up.
Amber Stevens, 318 Lafayette Boulevard. Good evening, council. Tonight I come to support my friend Liz Martin and all her hard work. Not everyone knows this about me, but before I had kids, I worked as a speech therapist in a variety of settings, especially schools, so I really, truly resonate with Liz's, what she's doing with Operation Jack Village. It touches my heart. And mostly I'm excited for the grant that the city is receiving tonight to help finalize those last steps in Fit Zone. Not only does this give the teens in our community that safe recreation place we need, but it's also what therapists call risky play. And that's because the equipment being developed, it's challenging, which stimulates the vestibular system, which you probably know, that's your middle ear. So it stimulates that balance and coordination. So with the climbing, with the monkey bars, it's going to stimulate that. The swinging, because that's going to move the fluid, and the balance beams, of course. So I just came out to support that and show my enthusiasm for it. So thank you.
David, you want to come on up?
David Llewellyn, 212 Bengal Circle. And instead of criticism tonight, I come with accolades. But first, just so that everybody gets it, our neighbor Giovanni Colon is coming home from tonight after 6 months in Iraq as a U.S. Air Force pilot. And he lives at 805 Blandon, and he'll be coming home sometime this evening. So I'm sure we all welcome him back. The other thing is I've been absent for about 4 weeks, and I've been at other town meetings, specifically with Ashley Painter and Dan Stinson. And we've been looking at stormwater and fresh water and what we can do and all of the good things. And it's absolutely amazing the fantastic job that these people have done in looking at Oldsmar, but of course to me it's specifically South Oldsmar, that original town down there. But with all the good ideas and plans that they have, and they are, I don't know, is Mother Nature going to wait for us to get all of these plans in place? Or is there something we can do about expediting some of these plans? I just leave that as an open question. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, David.
All right, is there anybody else that would like to speak to the council? Okay, then I'm going to give it to Suda.
Carry all this up without setting off the music early. Good evening, council, mayor. Mr. Trask, staff, and our community at large. Sudayantis Cologne, 402 Arlington Avenue East, Oldsmar, Florida. And we are here to remind you about something very special coming up on April 27th. And we are here to share one of hopefully everyone's favorite numbers from Pinocchio Jr. Standing ovation today. Council members are all standing behind you. Thank you, council members, for that standing ovation. As we said, we wanted to share with you that while I compose myself and the tears are running down my eyes, I understand how much I appreciate what these kids do and what we're able to do together. We want to remind you that coming up, I'm going to have to go with my postcard, on April 27th, my son Pinocchio Jr. is being performed live on stage at Ari Olds Park on the Elizabeth Smith Amphitheater stage. The show begins at 8 o'clock, but our vendors open at 7 p.m. We have Pit Stop Barbecue and Uncle Dave's Kettle Corn, and we tell you to come out and enjoy dinner and a show. The location, of course, is Ari Olds Park at 107 Shore Drive West. This is a free outdoor event, although we do love donations to help us on our way. And you can visit our site at ofota.org, which is for Oldsmar Friends of the Arts.org, or opaltheater.com to find out more information. And while we're at it, we want to remind you, go back in. Membership matters. Oldsmar Friends of the Arts has membership. It supports kids just like these. The shows are extremely expensive to produce when you're doing Disney productions, and we need all the help we can get. I know almost all of our council members are members, and we've had renewals come back in. So we invite you to help support the arts and support the kids and our programs and our theater, dance, and hopefully someday a community chorus. So we are hoping to get 27 by the 27th. See what we did there? So please, it's as small as a $50 donation, and we do ask you to help support the kids. We are really trying to grow our membership, so please consider, you can go right onto our site, ofota.org, and you can click on membership, and it'll let you do it right online and give you all the details. And before we finish, I would like to invite council down to take a photo with our kids. Would that be okay?
Sure.
All right, smaller ones come up here, because you need to get council members in there. Come in here, use Sarah and Caitlin, slide over. Okay. You two slide in, switch your owner. Yeah, just because you're taller, yeah. And that way we can get our council members in here also.
You, Suda. You too.
Oh, she's telling me.
Sorry. Gotta get in there. I have an empty spot right
I
here.
don't think Miss Jody's
Eric,
here.
put your
but,
star down.
Miss Jody is our music director. I know she was trying to be here today. So everyone smile.
Say
All the tears are
cheese.
still streaming down my face. Thank you. Oh, Mr. Chip, please. The official. Thank you. And I would also like our kids to hand out some of our postcards, hand them out some to the audience and some to the council members. So you have things to pass around and remind people of our upcoming show. That's all I have.
Thank you.
And then we will process out. And Kristen, I think we're almost under our 5 minutes, barely? Yes. Okay. We try to keep it short. And I turned that off, which I shouldn't have. So,
Oh, thank you.
as we recess, okay. Now it's going to kick over to here. Come see the show. April 27th at 8 p.m. And you can recess now. Thank you, guys. Go ahead, both sides. Both sides. As I mentioned, Mayor Zaraki, we would be honored to have you there, and any of council that is available, we would be very honored to have you guys there to help us open up the show and greet our guests. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Suda.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak to the council? Okay, with that, I'm going to close the Oldsmar Open Forum. Our next item on our agenda is our community minute, which will be read by our city clerk, Kristen Garcia.
Thank you. The 2024 annual Shred and Recycling event will be held Friday, April 26, 8 a.m. to noon at the Oldsmar Sports Complex. The entry will be via Tampa Road. This event is free to Oldsmar residents and businesses, and it provides residents and businesses the opportunity to properly dispose of unwanted papers, electronics, and medications. Limit of 5 boxes per vehicle for shredding services. The 2024 Annual Hurricane Expo will be on Saturday, April 27th, 10 a.m. to noon at the Cypress Forest Recreation Center. Residents and businesses are encouraged to attend this free event to learn about flood zones, sandbags, evacuations, and more. Special presentation by Oldsmar's own Mike Bolin.
There we go. There you go. Higher up. There you go.
With Mike's weather page, register to pledge to evacuate for a raffle ticket for door prizes and a chance to win a generator.
I want a generator. Awesome. That's it.
Thank you so much. All right. Next item is approval of additional new agenda items, which is 4, 5, 6, 10, and 12. I'm looking for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Next is awards and recognition. The first item on the agenda is our city manager, Felicia Donnelly. She will be handing out the March-April 2024 City Council Manager Award.
Good evening.
There you go.
As a city manager of the city of Oldsmar, it's my distinct honor tonight to recognize and celebrate Gus and Lena Ocampa Silva. Their remarkable expertise, warm hospitality, and their awe-inspiring sculpture, Winner's Way, hold meaningful significance within our community, and it's with great pride that we're honoring you tonight. I want to share a story about the magnificent piece. In 2022, the City of Oldsmar issued a call to artists, seeking qualifications for professional public artists to create and install a permanent outdoor art installation for the Oldsmar Sports Complex. The goal was clear from the community: to build community and unite art and sport in a way that reflects the unique character of the city. Out of 50 talented artists from across the nation, Gus and Lena emerged as our chosen visionaries. Their studio, nestled right here in Oldsmar, became the birthplace of Winner's Way. Standing at an impressive 16 feet tall, the metal interactive sculpture embodies our community's passion for amateur sports. But it's more than that. It symbolizes the unwavering determination and dedication of the athletes who have graced the grounds of the sports complex. I want to take a moment to dive into the details for the remarkable piece. The primary aluminum structure features 5-point stars. It's really a tribute to all stars who compete and train tirelessly to become the best. Each star point proudly displays representational figures of our sports programs: baseball, football, soccer, hockey, and BMX. But there's more to the story. Gus and Lena simply went above and beyond. They graciously opened their studio doors to our Public Art Selection Committee, inviting them on a personal tour. This act of generosity was not required, but it exemplifies the commitment to our city. Moreover, they continue to serve as art ambassadors for our city. They volunteer to educate and inspire visitors. They did this just last week for Leadership Pinellas as they visited Oldsmar. We're grateful. And I want to talk a little bit more about their background and the brilliant minds behind the masterpiece. They have over 70 public art installations across the country, and their expertise knows no bounds. They trained in Barcelona, Spain. They've been working together for 2 decades, maybe a little longer than that. Their shared passion for aluminum welding is evident in everything they create. This installation holds a special place for them, as its location allows them to witness the impact of what they created every single day on their commute. I don't know any other public artist that has that. So Gus and Lena, thank you for your dedication to excellence, your ability to blend artistry with purpose, your gracious hospitality, and your unwavering love for Oldsmar. It shines through every curve and contour of Winner's Way. Tonight, we honor you not only as artists, but as cherished members of our creative community. Thank you for enriching the lives with art and inspiring future generations to dream, create, and leave their mark on Oldsmar. Congratulations on this recognition, and we have a gift for you. This is our Council Manager Award. You are the first recipients of our newly created new Council Manager Award. So thank you so much for that. Our photo taken with Chip just. Yep.
Oh, let them vacate the Okay.
And would you like to say a few words?
We are very honored. This night, tonight has been for us very, very, very important. As I say the day of the opening, we work with many tools when we build our sculptures. But the more important tools are passion and love.
Thank you very much for this award. We feel thrilled, honored, and after your words, sometimes when people talk about you, makes you realize things that you do, but you don't know you do it. So it's so good to know people acknowledge us. And with this beautiful artwork here, we're very proud to be part of the town and the people we admire the artwork as well. So tonight, this is the model we originally presented to the committee, and we would like to donate it to the city of Oldsmar. So
Thank you.
thank you.
That is so cool.
Congratulations.
It's a lot smaller than the real one.
1/16,
1/16, yeah.
more or less. 16 divided by 1/3.
Felicia did a wonderful job. Thank you very much for that. Next item on our agenda is the consent docket. This will be read by our city clerk, Kristen Garcia.
Item 2, approve minutes of the April 2nd, 2024 canvassing board meeting. Item 3, approve minutes of April 2nd, 2024 council meeting. Item 4, approve payment of March 2024 legal services to Bartlett, Loeb, Hens, and Thompson, PLLC, for Eric Seidel's litigation defense. Item 5, approve payment to legal counsel for March 2024 legal services.
Does anybody wish to pull anything from the consent docket? All right, I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second?
Motion and a second. All right, any other discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Next item is proclamation of National Day of Prayer, and this will be taken care of by City Council Member Sandy Grimes.
Barry, join me up here.
Hello.
Hello.
Whereas throughout our history, Americans have turned to prayer for strength, inspiration, solidarity, and whereas prayer has played an important role in the American story in shaping our nation's leaders. President Abraham Lincoln once said, "I have been driven many times upon my knees to overwhelming conviction that I had nowhere else to go. My own wisdom and that of all about me seemed insufficient for the day." Whereas the theme this year, Lift Up the Word, Light Up the World, is found in 2 Samuel 22, 29, 31, which says, "For you are my lamp, O Lord, and my God lightens my darkness. For you can I run against a troop, and by my God can I leap over a wall. This God, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord proves true. He is a shield for all those who take refuge in him." And whereas this year marks the 73rd national observance and the 26th anniversary of observing the National Day of Prayer in the city of Oldsmar. It is thus fitting that for the earliest years of our country's history, Congress and presidents have set aside days to recognize the role of prayer has played in so many definitive moments in our history. On this National Day of Prayer, let us follow the example of President Lincoln and 2 Samuel 22, 29 through 31. Let us be thankful for the liberty that allows people of all faiths to worship according to the dictates of their conscience, and let us be thankful for the many other freedoms and blessings that we often take for granted. And whereas the Congress, by public law 100-307 as amended, has called on the President to issue each year a proclamation designating the first Thursday in May as National Day of Prayer. Now therefore, I, Sandy Grimes, on behalf of Dan Saraki, Mayor of the City of Oldsmar, Florida, do hereby proclaim May 2nd, 2024 as National Day of Prayer in the City of Oldsmar, and invite all citizens to join me in giving thanks for the many blessings we enjoy, and I ask all people of faith to join me in asking God for guidance, mercy, and protection for our city and nation in accordance with 2 Samuel 22, 29 through 31.
Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We just want to extend an invitation, as always, to the citizens and to the council members and the staff to join us that night. It's always a great time. We used to hold it right here in the city council chambers, and when COVID hit, we moved it down to the amphitheater at Ari Olds Park, and it's beautiful. The sunsets in the background. We have some music, and then pastors and leaders from the community, young people as well, help lead in prayer for just issues for the community. We pray for the government. We pray for families. We pray for the schools and the teachers. We pray for the businesses of the city. It takes about an hour, hour and a half, and would love to have you all come down and join us. As was mentioned, this is the 73rd national observance of this and the 26th here in the city of Oldsmar. Pinellas County does it separately as well, but we've always wanted to have our own special celebration here in Oldsmar and just have the Christians from the community just come out and to press in for our community. We think that's important. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Barry.
Thank you, Sandy. Well done. Next is item number 7, proclamation for Arbor Day, and I will be doing that. Chip, you coming up? This is from the office of the mayor of Oldsmar, Florida, the proclamation of Arbor Day. Whereas in 1872, the Nebraska Board of Agriculture established a special day to set aside for the planting of trees. And whereas this holiday called Arbor Day was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska. And whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world. And whereas trees can be a solution to combating climate change by reducing the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cutting heating and cooling costs, moderating the temperature, cleaning the air, producing life-giving oxygen, and providing habitat for wildlife. And whereas trees are a renewable resource, giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products. They increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, and beautify our community. And whereas trees, wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. Now therefore, I, Dan Saraki, Mayor of the City of Oldsmar, Florida, do hereby proclaim April 26th, 2024 as Arbor Day in the City of Oldsmar, and I urge all citizens to celebrate Arbor Day and support efforts to protect our trees and woodlands. Further, I urge all citizens to plant trees to gladden our hearts and promote the well-being of this and future generations, dated this day, April 16th, 2024, and I'm going to apprentice to Chip Potts and your team. Thank you so much.
All right, good evening. My name is Mike Lavery. I'm the Assistant Director of Parks and Recreation. I'm also the City Arborist, and I was asked to do a brief talk about Arbor Day and what we're doing out here. So, oh, and there's the presentation's up already. Thank you. So thank you very much for the proclamation. As it said, Arbor Day is celebrated annually on the last Friday in April, and this year that's the 26th. And I should have checked my presentation against the proclamation because there's a lot of duplicates here. But yeah, Arbor Day was first celebrated in 1872. And then in 1907, President Theodore Roosevelt issued an Arbor Day proclamation. In 1972, the Arbor Day Foundation was founded. That was the 100th anniversary of the first Arbor Day. So I'm sure you're aware of many of the benefits of the trees, which were in the proclamation, as the mayor just mentioned. They combat urban heat island effect, enhance air quality, improve water quality, and reduce stormwater runoff, build more vibrant and beautiful neighborhoods, and improve community health. So Arbor Day is just one day out of the year, but here in Oldsmar, we celebrate trees all year round. And I don't know if everybody has seen or noticed, there are signs. There's one right there on the right. It's a Tree City USA. Those are, that's a program of the Arbor Day Foundation that recognizes municipalities that meet the 4 standards that are listed there. There's the city has to have a tree board or a department. In that case, that's me as the city arborist. A public tree care ordinance, which we have. Have to spend at least $2 per capita on tree planting, tree care, and tree removals. And an Arbor Day observance and proclamation, which is what we're doing here tonight. There are over 3,500 municipalities that have this in the United States. And it signifies, and as mentioned, Oldsmar has been a Tree City USA for 24 years. And it signifies that the community and its elected officials value trees in our natural environment. In celebration of Arbor Day this year, we'll be hosting a tree giveaway this coming Saturday, April 20th, from 9 to 11 a.m. at the Municipal Services Center at 300 Commerce Boulevard. This year, we will be distributing 120 trees in 3-gallon pots. We have sweet bay magnolias. I forgot to move ahead. That's 2. Sweet bay magnolias, crepe myrtles, winged elms, red maples, and live oaks. Residents will need to bring proof of their residence in Oldsmar, and there'll be 2 trees per address that are available on a first-come, first-served basis. In addition, the night before, in celebration of Earth Month, this Friday from 5 to 7, Oldsmar's sustainability staff will be hosting an Earth Fair in Ari Olds Park. Some of the partners that will be there will be Public Works, Parks and Recreation, the Oldsmar Organic Community Garden, Tampa Bay Estuary Program, and TICO. And this event leads right up to 7 o'clock is the movie in the park, which fittingly for this month is The Lorax. So we encourage Oldsmar residents to come out and join us at the Earth Fair on Friday evening and then come get a tree on Saturday morning. Finally, and one more tree-related plug while we're here, the Sustainability Division of Public Works has a citizen science project that is currently ongoing. Everyone is invited to contribute to a tree inventory. You can contribute data from your street, from your backyard, from a park, or anywhere else in the city. So visit sustainableoldsmar.com for a video, instructional video, and more information. And finally, there's my contact information if anybody has anybody out there has any questions about trees in the city or anything else I can help them with. Thank you very much.
Anybody have any questions? I have one. Are you going to be there Saturday morning?
Absolutely.
I'll meet you there. I'll bring you a cup of coffee.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Great job. Next is item 8, our proclamation of Drinking Water Week, and that will be taken care of by Councilmember Katie Gannon.
I don't know what you did, Andrew. You didn't get to read anything tonight.
I did one last time.
Steve didn't either.
It's like I'm not even here.
Steve didn't either.
Was over there just wondering what the cups of water are for.
Recognize here. We have a lot to recognize. So I have the pleasure of reading the Drinking Water Week proclamation. I get to read it first, and then you can come up. I'll present it to you.
Sit down.
Sit down. I know you want to take the job as photographer, but you're doing great at your existing job. I promise. I promise. So, whereas water is our most valuable natural resource, and whereas tap water delivers public health protection, fire protection, support for our economy, and the quality of life we enjoy, and whereas any measure of a successful society, low mortality rates, economic growth and diversity, productivity, and public safety are in some way related to access to safe water. And whereas we are all stewards of the water infrastructure upon which future generations depend. And whereas each citizen of our city is called upon to help protect our source waters from pollution, to practice water conservation, and to get involved in local water issues by getting to know their water. Now, therefore, I, Katie Gannon, on behalf of Dan Saraki, Mayor of the City of Oldsmar, Florida, do hereby proclaim the week of May 5th through May 11, 2024, as Drinking Water Week in the city of Oldsmar. And I call upon our citizens and businesses to help protect our precious resource. I invite our Public Works Director, Daniel Simpson, up here to take a quick photo. But let's see, is Chip gonna take the picture?
What's the team?
What happened? And I'd love for all of the staff to come up as well. You guys, these are the people. I hope John will say a few words. Will you say a few words? I hope. You guys, these are the people that make sure we have safe drinking water. Daniel, can you tell us more?
Well, I'm going to give a presentation on it.
Well, can you...
It's not a wide angle lens, guys. Let's get together. I don't mean that in a mean way. Okay. All right, here we go. 1, 2, okay.
No.
You can do it.
There it is. Thank you, Councilmember Gannon and Mayor. I'm Daniel Simpson. I'm the Director of Public Works, and I'm excited to talk about water tonight. So we're celebrating our Drinking Water Week, and this presentation is the Hydration Perfected, Taste the Difference. So I'm going to make a bold claim. Oldsmar's drinking water is the best in the world. Now, I know I'm biased, so I can appreciate that maybe not everyone agrees 100%, but I would say we have excellent water, and I'm going to explain why tonight. First, we have people. It's collaborative efforts for excellence. We have skilled staff and good leadership. Quality, we have the best top-of-the-line game-changing technology. Compliance, we're held to high regulatory standards, and we have transparency. So first, people. Individual commitment to a group effort, that is what makes a team work, a company work, a society work, a civilization work. It's from Vince Lombardi. So first we have our leadership, City Council. You set the priority policy direction, approve water sewer rates, City Council approves funding for personnel and operations, and you commit to funding capital projects. Next, the city manager, Felicia Donnelly, acts basically as she is our CEO of the utility. Under operations and capital projects, myself and Jonna Jan is the assistant director of Public Works. We also have our finance division led by Cindy Neno. She's our CFO, if you will, and our accounting administrator, Amy Ratliff. So the first division I want to highlight is the reverse osmosis water treatment plant division. We have our chief operator is Amanda Finley Harris. She's in the crowd tonight. And we have two of our excellent operators here. But we have one Class A operator. And in order to be a Class A operator, you have to have at least 5 years experience and pass 3 licensure exams. For a Class B operator, we have 3 of them. And you have to have at least 3 years of experience and pass 2 licensure exams, and for the Class C operator, we have 3 of them, and you have to have at least 1 year experience and pass a licensing exam. So the RO team, they do water quality sampling, system flushing, monitor our controls, they respond to alarms, they do maintenance of our plant, they maintain permitting compliance, and are legally responsible to ensure safety to public water supply. The next division is the distribution and collection division. So in this presentation, we're highlighting the distribution part of it. But we have our supervisor, Ben Pugh, and one of our lead workers, Joe Kernigan. In this division, we have Ben, as I said, our public works technician, Sue Farrell. She's really kind of the glue that holds the thing in place. We have 2 lead distribution operators, which have distribution licensure, backflow testing certification, backflow repair certification, and MOT certification. We also have 2 other licensed operators and 2 trainees. We have a locator technician, which his role is to make sure that any new development doesn't damage our existing pipelines. And we have 2 meter readers. This group, they maintain all the water distribution pipes, fix leaks. They read 5,700 potable meters every month. They complete meter shutoffs, locate pipes and rights of way for new construction, prepare and hang boil water notices, compile data for regulatory reporting, and support capital improvement projects. Our next division is utility maintenance division. The supervisor is Cody Peters, and he has a team of 3 mechanics. These individuals support through electromechanical work, which they work on our plants, our wells, and pumps. It's sophisticated equipment and controls which required skilled technicians. Next is our technical services division. They oversee new construction piping, right-of-way permits, and they support They provide support for capital improvement projects. The next group is our utility billing. It's led by Carol Coggin, and we have 3 customer service personnel. They collect the payment for water bills and coordinate any customer service complaints and concerns. Finally, we have our IT, which they oversee the information technology for our staff computers, and they provide technical oversight for cybersecurity maintenance and expansion, and provide support for consultants to conduct security assessments. So that's the people. We have great people. Next, the quality. A good process produces good results. So our process, we have 11 wells that come from the groundwater. They come from the upper Floridan and Swanee formations of our aquifer. The first step in the process is pre-filtration, which removes large particles. And then next we have our reverse osmosis process, which is the top thing you can have, top process to purify water. It removes salts and impurities, including PFAS, which you might have heard a lot about in the news. Next is the degasification process, which removes our hydrogen sulfide, which is that rotten egg smell. And next, we have our disinfection process, which provides protection from bacteria and viruses. And finally, the water is distributed. Nothing is more essential to the life of every single American than clean air, pure food, and safe drinking water. And that's President Gerald Ford upon signing the Clean Water Act. So compliance. So we have an incredible amount of compliance standards to run our plants. First, we're permitted and regulated by EPA, FDEP, SwiftMud. So we have FDEP inspections regularly, consumer confidence report we do annually. There's a lead service line legislation, monthly reports, sampling, and fines if we have non-compliance. Next, transparency. Speak the truth. Transparency breeds legitimacy. That's John Maxwell. So if we, for some reason, have a problem with our water, there is several ways we will reach out. Number one, door hangers. In the event that we have a loss of pressure, we are required to do a precautionary boil water notice. You may have seen one of these on your door. And then on the right is the rescission of that. We also maintain a website and would put things out on there, information. We also have public noticing. If for some reason we don't do what we're supposed to do, we have to put it in the paper, the website. So we're accountable on multiple levels, and we never hide anything. And then finally, consumer confidence report. This is on our website. It's a lagging report, so 2022 is done in 2023. So our next report will be we're probably starting it right about now, but it will be updated on the website in the summer. But this will have all the information of what happens in our plant with your drinking water over the course of a year. So if you have any concerns or any questions, all the information that you would want is there, and you can contact us if you have any questions. So finally, I'd like to raise a toast to some of the best drinking water in the world. So thank you.
I second that.
Cheers. Thank you.
And thank you.
Any questions for Dan? Thank you, Dan. Great job. Thank you very much.
Wonderful job. Thank you all for coming tonight.
Thank you. Great job. All right, next item is item 9, and that will be, it's a public hearing that will be handled by our city attorney, Tom Trask.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a public hearing and second reading of ordinance 2024-04 regarding code enforcement. I'll read that ordinance by title only. Ordinance 2024-04, an ordinance to the city of Oldsmar, Florida, amending Article 4, Code Enforcement Board of Chapter 2 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Oldsmar to reflect changes that have been adopted in Chapter 162 Florida statutes, providing for conflict, providing for severability, providing for codification, providing for an effective date of this ordinance. That was the second and final reading of ordinance 2024-04 by title only. It was first read on April 2nd. There have been no changes since that first reading.
Thank you. This is a public hearing. I'm going to open up the public hearing. Is there anybody that's for or against this item that would like to speak to the council? Okay, with that, I'm going to close the public hearing. I am looking for a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion on this item? Roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Graber,
Yes.
Councilmember Grimes,
Yes.
Councilmember Knapp,
Yes.
Councilmember Gannon,
Yes.
Mayor Saraki.
Yes.
Ordinance 2024-04 is adopted with 5 votes for and 0 against.
Thank you. Item number 10.
Item number 10 is approve a second amendment to a real estate purchase and sale agreement between the City of Oldsmar and Devin S. Rationell LLC for the development of the city-owned property adjacent to the library. As some background, on April 4th, 2023, City Council approved an amended development agreement. This amended development agreement included Exhibit C, which was the real estate purchase and sale agreement. Mr. Rushnell has desired to amend the real estate purchase and sale agreement a second time to extend the closing date to August 5th, 2024. This amendment does not constitute a substantial change in the amended development agreement, and the City Council can approve this without initiating a process defined in the city's land development code regarding consideration approval of development agreements. I have prepared the attached amendment. It has been signed by Mr. Rushnell, and I'm asking for your authority to approve it.
Thank you. I need a motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion on this item? Tom, I have one question. If they get their permits, they can close sooner than that date?
Yes, this is just the deadline date.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next item is City Attorney Felicia Donnelly with a wonderful item 11. Are you ready?
You got a new job.
Item number 11, presentation of the donation of $20,000 from the Kiwanis Club of the Top of the Bay to the city for additional equipment at the Mobley Bayou Wilderness Preserve Fit Zone. The city's been working with the Kiwanis Club of the Top of the Bay to secure funding for additional Fit Zone elements previously identified by the teen focus groups coordinated by Operation Shack Village. Mark Lightsey from the Kiwanis Club is here to present the city a check for a donation amount of $20,000 to be used to complete the remaining elements. So I invite you all up to the lectern.
Come on up.
Wow. We have to grab the big obnoxious check first.
Oh, wow.
Full disclosure, I gave the real check before the meeting to Mr. Chip Potts.
Oh.
I know who
Taking a task by Felicia that grabbed the check. If you don't see her in a couple weeks, just.
She's on vacation.
Kiwanis Club of Top of the Bay is focused in Oldsmar. We meet at Eves the first Tuesday and the third Tuesday of every month at 7:30. Please join us if you'd like. We have programs in Oldsmar Elementary, K-Kids, and Cindy Olmstead, our current president, is the advisor to the Forest Lakes K-Kids. These kids are amazing. And we also have a key club at East Lake High School. We do street cleaning in Oldsmar. Because, Oldsmar can get dirty sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
But we do street cleaning, and we're very proud to be in Oldsmar. 20,000.
Wow.
Thank you. Yes, sir. David, thank you.
Can we get a photo?
Yeah, photo. Yeah, of course.
How many times?
So, Ms. Martin, she is behind the entire project. Liz, do you want to come up and get this picture with us, please, in your. Yep. Come on over here. Yes. Yeah, come on up, everyone.
So I have 2 cameras to use here
City
this
is
time.
very grateful, thank you very much.
Okay, here. 2, 3, and then the official city camera. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
All right.
Got your job back.
All right, next item is item 12.
Item number 12, Mayor, is approve and execute sovereignty submerged lands easement renewal for Moccasin Creek. The city's Oldsmar service area for potable water and wastewater includes all incorporated and unincorporated properties on the city side of State Road 580 Bridge. In order to service these properties, a subaqueous force main and potable water main traverse under Moccasin Creek, connecting Shore Boulevard to Bedford Street. Moccasin Creek is not property or right-of-way of the city of Oldsmar, and it's considered sovereign submerged lands of the state of Florida. So therefore, the city is required to have an easement. And the city has had an easement over the city infrastructure since 1993 in this location. This easement renewal will extend the expiration date to November 23rd, 2053. The city attorney has reviewed as to form and staff recommends approval.
Thank you. I need a motion to approve.
Motion to.
Oh, I got Councilmember Grimes first, and I got a
Second.
second by Councilmember Gannon. All right? Any other discussion on this item?
Tom, you're going to inform us at the expiration date that everything's still good, right?
I would absolutely love to be able to do that.
Did you see the date on the survey? 73.
Yeah, well, 2053 is right around the corner.
So 2053 when it comes around, Tom.
Yeah.
Put it on your calendar.
Thank you, Tom.
Notice he picks the oldest guy on the counter.
I didn't pick anybody.
All right. All right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you very much, Tom. All right, next, yes, all right, next item. What am I doing there? I'm sorry, thank you, Felicia. All right, next item is city clerk. Do you have anything for us?
I do not.
Okay, then we're gonna go right on to council comments, and we are gonna start out with Councilmember Katie Gannon.
Thank you, Mayor. I wanted to thank everybody for coming out tonight. There were a lot of special recognitions tonight. We don't always get to have this kind of a meeting, and it's so wonderful to look out and see Gus and Lina, see everybody from Operation Jack's Village, you know, see our citizens coming out, see our young people coming out, see our staff here, community organizations that do so much to support us. It's a really, really uplifting feeling to see everybody here tonight. I'm especially grateful, and I feel like I dressed for the occasion because I got to read the water. You see the dress, the outfit, and it's also the colors for Operation Jack's Village, which is close to my heart and my soul. Liz, you want to tell us about the event you guys are having coming up? Really quick, really quick.
Come on up.
Really, really quick. Really, really.
Friday?
Yes.
About Friday. Friday, we're having a virtual introduction to Navigate IRL. And Navigate IRL is the SOAR version, the tail end of Survive, Thrive, and SOAR for Operation Jack's Village. We are starting in middle and high school here in Oldsmar.
Yes.
And it's exciting because we're gonna talk about it Friday. We'll roll it. I'm not gonna give any secrets
Little
away.
preview, little
We're gonna
baby
roll it on a
preview.
Friday, but it is virtual. You can go out to our website and you can get the link and check in because it's gonna be fun.
And something that is another really cool detail, just like the elements at the Fit Zone, the kids, the OJV folks, they designed the logo, which includes the starfish. You could see it on the t-shirt right there. The starfish, and there's actually a really cool logo with the starfish on the skateboard.
Yeah.
That they designed, and
It's Sammy.
I'm
Sammy
sorry?
the starfish.
Oh, he
Sammy.
has a name?
He has a name.
I didn't know the starfish got
Yeah.
a name.
If you all don't know the starfish story,
Tell the starfish story.
the starfish story is a little well, depends on who you ask. Little boy or little girl walking along the shore, and they see tons of starfish all along the shore, and that little boy is picking them up and he's throwing them back in the ocean, and a gentleman comes up to him and says, "What are you doing?" And he says, "They're gonna die out here in the sun. I'm gonna throw them back in the ocean," and the little boy stands there and looks at the starfish and says, throws it in the ocean, and he says, "Well, it mattered for that one." And I think I just screwed that up, but you get the point. I got ahead of myself. But yeah, our point is the starfish, it doesn't matter if it's just one. One turns into five, five turns into 10. The starfish is our go-to on that, so.
I love that.
And I was going to add one other thing, too.
Yes.
Well, we were talking about this lovely speech that you were giving up here. She was talking about all the things that the Fit Zone does for the kids. Exercise in the research that we have now shows that it lowers depression by 150% better than therapy. So get out in the sun, enjoy the water, enjoy the trees, enjoy the Fit Zone, because it is a huge, us not being outside and not interacting with each other and all that, that's a huge part of what's driving the mental health issues. So, thank you.
Thank you. So for every starfish out there who could benefit from it, and any person who can benefit, including myself and my children who've already tried the Fit Zone, thank you to the Kiwanis Club, and thank you to Chip Potts for this incredible donation and facilitating this effort to bring all of this together. It's magical. Thank you. I appreciate all of you. Other than that, Mayor, I had a wonderful time at Oldsmar Days. It was another fantastic annual event put on by the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce. I think we had a great time seeing new friends and old friends enjoying the kettle corn and the pizza and all the fun junk food they have. On Sunday when we were serving and enjoying the band, and I had a really great time this year, and I wanted to thank you guys for volunteering your time, thank the Chamber for putting on an incredible event, all the vendors, families that came out, every kid who rode the Ferris wheel. It's just a fantastic event. So shout out to them, and thank you to our staff who assisted in cleanup and setup and everything else that including the parade for every part of their involvement. So that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Councilmember Andrew Knapp is up.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a few things. First thing was shortly after, I guess it was last week, we had the Tampa Bay Regional Planning Council meeting for the month of April. And one of the highlights that was really cool, if you remember back here at the end of the second meeting in March, we had our government liaison, Kevin Collier-Kandumi, visit and stay throughout the full meeting. And they included his pictures of us when the mayor gave the award to Ms. Klump for the book that she wrote as part of their presentation during just the update of the entire program. So they highlighted that they were up at, what's the place, Chasco, and out at Clearwater Beach for a fishing event. I mean, just it went on, but we got in there as one of the big highlights of the types of events that their liaisons were out there. I was kind of bummed because I was like, well, y'all missed out on Oldsmar Days, but maybe next year they'll be able to have our liaison come out and experience more of what Oldsmar has to offer. But it was really good. It was a thorough presentation, and right there, smack on one page, was the mayor with Ms. Klump. Secondly, I was going to be attending the Ford Pinellas meeting last week. However, there was a last-minute unfortunate double booking because we at Microlumen hosted Leadership Pinellas for their North County Day, which I'm sure the mayor will touch on a little bit of that as well. But they showed up at Microlumen hungry, and he'll, I'm sure, be able to share why. But we had a fantastic day just showing off the organization, talking about how important a business relationship is with the city of Oldsmar, how much they contribute to our tax base, with being the second largest industrial area in the county. And just a fantastic day. We fed them lunch, got them in through 2 buildings, a ton of manufacturing activities to see, and just glowing praise from the organization. We look forward to being able to host them as part of the future days here in North County for Leadership Pinellas. Third, tomorrow we've got the next quarter's meeting of St. Pete Clearwater Airport Noise Abatement Task Force. I've gotten a couple emails from some residents that are very passionate about this, and they continue to highlight some issues. And again, as I've mentioned in prior meetings, it's like it's molasses rolling downhill in terms of being able to make changes to these flight paths because it's such a dynamic shared relationship between Tampa International and St. Pete Clearwater. I'm sure many of you all have probably seen recent articles about the upcoming expansion for St. Pete Clearwater Airport. They're supposed to add somewhere on the order of about a dozen new gates as Allegiant Airlines continues to grow and be successful. So that could increase some problems that our citizens are going to be experiencing and subsequently complaining about, and hopefully we can continue to make some progress there. So thank you to those few citizens that have been reaching out and sending me emails sharing that information. It's primarily focused with those folks that live down on the south end of Shore Drive on the lower end of the peninsula, because that's the closest to where the planes are the lowest coming out of the airport or going into the airport. I'd just like to echo Councilmember Gannon's comments about Oldsmar Days. I thought it was an absolute blast. I think some of us got a very good laugh at the surprising melody and mashup of songs that we heard from Jezebel later on in the afternoon. That was
interesting.
Very interesting, but it grew on me over time. I was like, wow, that's a good way to compose a whole bunch of songs together that you wouldn't think of as rock.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, the thing I want to mention is looking forward to attending the Volunteer Appreciation Dinner next week, Tuesday night. It is the one time that we can officially recognize the wide array of our volunteers that serve on the citizen boards throughout the years, recognizing their years of service for those that have hit particular milestones. They get some great gifts, so that's a quick plug for those that haven't been on a board. If you're interested, you get a nice, fantastic dinner once a year. So hang the carrot out there for you. But yeah, really looking forward to it. It's such a great time to be able to honor those that aren't elected to serve. They just choose to volunteer to serve on behalf of the people of Oldsmar. So really looking forward to that dinner. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Councilmember Sandy Grimes.
Again, echo, Councilmember Gannon and Knapp about Oldsmar Days. It really was a fun afternoon. I want to thank the mayor for opening up each day, opening up the event and recognizing all of us, of course. And most importantly, I think we need to thank the Chamber too for shining such a spotlight on our city. And, just showing everyone what a great place it is to live here and what a great community we really are. So that's all I have.
All right. Thank you very much. Vice Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor. At the Kiwanis Club, thank you so much. Cindy, I saw you walking in. 2 of those kids at the K Club at Forest Lakes are my kids, so I will apologize for one of them. You're welcome.
She's amazing.
You're welcome for the other.
You're welcome for the other.
Every Thursday morning, Dad's dropping Mom and the kids off so they can go to K Kids, and he loves it. I don't know what goes on after I drop them off, so no need to tell stories right now. But thank you all so very much, Cindy. Thank you for doing what you do with it, and honestly, they enjoy it. Oldsmar Days and Nights, what else can I say other than what everybody else said? It was so fun. I mean, not only just working the tent and being around each other, but everybody was just in a good mood. The weather was perfect.
Oh, the weather was so
The bands
beautiful.
were really good. Nobody seemed to have a complaint about anything. The parade, it was all smiles. Like everybody was just moving along. So thank you to the Chamber. It was a wonderful event. I'm also excited for the volunteer dinner. And it really just to recognize sitting on those boards isn't easy, and it's kind of a crash course in learning some of what we do in government, and just learning some of the different rules, the procedural rules, sitting as alternate members, moving up there, kind of getting comfortable sitting up here if you ever decide you're going to run for council, those sorts of things. And some folks, you know, are we celebrating a 30-year anniversary maybe this year? Is it a 30 or at least a 25? It's something up there. I know we celebrated one last year, I think it was. But 30 years serving on the same board because they just want to continue to give back. They want to have a say in what's going on. Maybe don't want to sit on council, but still want to be a part of it. So it's an important day for all of us. It's a fun night, as Councilmember Knapp had said. And the only other thing I have, and I do this every year because it's important, but my mom and dad, happy 54-year anniversary this month. So go them.
All right, thank you,
Thanks
Vice
so
Mayor.
much.
I want to stick with the Oldsmar days. Like you said, Vice Mayor, perfect weather.
Yeah.
I've been going since '95. I think it was the perfect weather weekend.
Yeah.
It was, thank you. Thank you to the Chamber of Commerce. Great job. City staff, great job. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed I spent the whole weekend with my 3 grandsons. They had the best time of their life. They didn't want to go to bed. They were so excited when they got back to my house. So it was just a wonderful weekend to spend with them and really let them go on the rides and just have a wonderful time. And Councilmember Knapp said, the bands were just amazing. They were just nonstop. I liked what the chamber did. They mixed it up. They brought some new people in. It was a great event. I went then on Sunday. I ran over to the Oldsmar Cup. We had the most citizens come out to the Oldsmar Cup that we ever had in the picture that was taken. Unfortunately, this year I did not win. I usually win or I come in second, but this year I picked the worst horse. I don't know what I did, but I didn't win. I want to jump back to the leadership Pinellas. I met the leadership class of 2024 at the BMX track. They went on a tour there first. They went to see your beautiful artwork. And by the way, congratulations on your award, well deserved. And then they went over to play hockey. Well, this one very aggressive woman says, let's play hockey. Let's play 5-on-5. And everyone's like, okay, let's play. So we're out there and they're slapping this ball. They're playing hockey.
In their business attire?
In their business attire. And here's the crazy part. You ready for this? They had 2 goalies that had no equipment on and they're getting hit and they're playing hockey. It was like this class was very aggressive. But it was
Every year there's some kind of story, Mayor. I don't know.
It was a great time. And then we went over to Microlumen and I want to go back to Councilmember Knapp. You did an amazing job with your presentation.
Thank you.
I just want to tell you that I learned, every time I go to Microlumen, I learned something new. And what your presentation did just put me over the edge. I ran into somebody who knows somebody that had an actual operation in your presentation. They went through the groin, they had something behind their eye, and they went up with your tubing. And I was completely amazed, and I learned that from you. And just that conversation, I just am overwhelmed that you are here in Oldsmar. That company is here in our city, which we are so grateful to have you. I just wanted to talk about that, too.
And the food is good.
And then the key was, he talked about food. Let me tell you about the food. They have this pizza plant that they built, right? A pizza oven they built
Straight from Italy.
Brought it from Italy.
These fresh pizza came out of the oven. They were bringing out these pizzas in the class of 2024. I never seen so much pizza go so fast.
There was, they took down 30-something people took down about 16 pizzas. 10 minutes. It was just,
I mean,
that's how rough the hockey was.
Yeah, what was the cook's name? The chef? He did.
Chef Carlos and Chef Mike.
They were bringing out these pizzas and they were eating them like they were going out of style. But it was a great time for the leadership class of 2024. I'm grateful they came to the city of Oldsmar. It was a great event. Next thing I want to talk about is on this past Saturday, I went to Miracle by the Bay Baseball Spring Open 2024 opening season. We actually have, for less fortunate children, they have a baseball, inside baseball right here off of Douglas in the industrial area. They have batting cages for these children. They have a baseball diamond where they actually play baseball. And I went Saturday morning, and it was just a great event, and that is also here in Oldsmar, which is just incredible that we do that. And people from Pasco, St. Petersburg, Tampa, you name it, they all come to bring their kids so that they can enjoy opening baseball day here in Oldsmar. I wanted to share that. And then I ran over to Sheffield Park for Kite Day. It was the busiest kite day. Amber was there. Unfortunately, I run into you, but there were more families there than I ever saw on Kite Day for the city of Oldsmar. Hats off to city staff, especially the volunteers that were there. There were young teenage volunteers that were actually helping families set up the kites and helping the families get the kites in the air. It was just a great event for city staff. I really was really impressed with that. As the other council member said, I'm looking forward to volunteer dinner on Tuesday night. That is really we appreciate all the work that the volunteers do for our city, and that's a way to say thank you. I look forward to that, and I believe some of you guys have some cards you have to sign. Katie, I guess you did some of them already today, the thank you cards.
Yeah.
And last, I want to congratulate Ben, our supervisor of the Distribution and Collection Water Department. I heard from a little birdie today that he won the Homer Bronson Award, and he's been here for 26 years, and this is his third time getting the award. Congratulations, and that's all I have.
Not bad.
Item 14, approve the tentative agenda for the May 7th, 2024 council meeting. Does anyone wish to pull or add to the agenda?
I'd like to add two things.
Sure.
The first one, and speaking of Oldsmar days, one thing I did notice is how much waste is being generated at those events, especially one of that measure. What I also noticed was that there wasn't much of a recycling plan in place. And so I'd like with council to discuss a policy where we could potentially put it within the special event
Permit?
application.
Oh, application.
That you have a solid waste and recycling plan. Because what I wanted to see, and I said, where are we putting these? We need to recycle this, and there was nowhere to put them. And so just see if we can work with city staff to establish a policy where we can put that as part of that application and essentially try to encourage those things to get done. So I'd like to add that to the agenda for discussion. The other thing I wanted to add, and I'll go into more detail if it is added, I'm sure it will be, but the way that council is made up now is actually quite unique. I'm in my final term. Councilmember Grimes is temporary. Final month, yeah. Councilmember Knapp's in his final term. Councilmember Gannon is in her final term. So seats 1, 2, 3, and 4 will all have new faces. And so we discussed it previously in prior years. So the only incumbent that would be seeking re-election, if you choose to, Mayor, would be you. So we tried to discuss it before, and I think it was a different time when we did. But I want to put a proposal, and I have one in mind, and I'll go, like I said, in more detail about it next meeting. But to discuss an increase in compensation for future council members. And so my initial plan would be a modest increase, but the increase would come into play first in March of 2025, and then in March of 2027. So it impacts seats 2, 4, and mayor in March of 2025, because those seats would be open. It wouldn't impact the winner of the special election. I would not receive any increase in compensation. Councilmember Knapp, forgive me, sir, but you would not receive any increase in compensation. So it would come up again in 2027. And like I said, it'd be a modest increase. My initial, and just to put this in your minds as we go on for the next few weeks, would be to raise councilmember salary from $8,400 to $10,000 even. Mayor's salary from $10,800 to $12,000 even. The first increase would be in 2025. Again, seats 1 and seats 3 would not receive it. Then it wouldn't have another budgetary impact until 2027 when seats 1 and seats 3 are open. And Councilmember Knapp and I can't seek re-election, so we wouldn't see that compensation come back. So just, it's a unique way that the council's made up right now where we have the opportunity to do it. we wouldn't be providing ourselves with any increase. We would be doing it for future councils, understanding what the job entails, understanding everything that goes on, and providing a little bit of, just a little bit more than we were able to, than we've been able to do before. So just something to keep in mind, something I think is worth discussing. If we all say no, we all say no. But I just thought it was worthwhile to do it now while we still have Councilmember Grimes here in her temporary capacity, and it would impact future councils. So those two things is what I wanted to add, or what I wanted to add. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else like to add anything else? Oh, go ahead, City Manager.
Mayor,
Yes.
first of all, I'm not going to apologize for this list. So I'm going to say that right out, but I have 9 items to add.
Wow. Oh, boy.
Good night, Felicia.
Apologize because this is a culmination of a lot of work for the comp plan. So we just received the letters this week.
Yes.
Our final letter that we are waiting for from the state agency for compliance for our comp plan element. So I want to add the second public hearings for the comp plan elements. That's why there's 9 of them. So I'm going to read these into the record. So here we go. The first one is the public hearing for the second reading of ordinance 2023-07, amending the future land use element for the City of Oldsmar Comprehensive Plan update. Number 2, public hearing for the second reading of ordinance 2023-08, amending the transportation element for the City of Oldsmar Comprehensive Plan. Number 3, public hearing for the second reading of ordinance 2023-09, amending the infrastructure element for the City of Oldsmar Comprehensive Plan. Number 4, public hearing for the second reading of ordinance 2023-10, amending the natural resources conservation element of the City of Oldsmar Comprehensive Plan. Number 5, public hearing for the second reading of ordinance 2023-11, amending the coastal management element of the City of Oldsmar Comprehensive Plan. Number 6, public hearing for the second reading of ordinance 2023-12, amending housing element for the City of Oldsmar Comprehensive Plan. Number 7, public hearing for the second reading of ordinance 2023-13, amending the recreation and open space of the City of Oldsmar Comprehensive Plan. Number 8, public hearing for the second reading of ordinance 2023-14, amending the intergovernmental coordination element of the City of Oldsmar Comprehensive Plan. And number 9, public hearing for the second reading of ordinance 2023-15, amending the capital improvements element of the City of Oldsmar Comprehensive Plan.
All right, we got it.
Sure, that's it?
That's it. Any more?
Okay, I got you.
Want to make it an even 10?
Hey, we've got, our city staff has got a lot to be proud of.
I agree.
A lot to be proud of. A move to approve the tentative agenda. Oh, you have more?
I got, yeah, you want,
No, I'm
I would like to add, I'd like to add one item too, please. Almost.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Vice Mayor, I think what you're doing, your philosophy and the way you're coming across, I think it's perfect. I love your idea. I also would like to add to the tentative agenda that we discuss changing our term limits to 4 years. We are one of very few municipalities in the state that still only do 3 years. I truly believe that when a new elected official comes on this seat, 3 years is not enough time to learn. I think 4 years, as other municipalities you need more time to educate yourself to get involved in local government. So I'd like to add that. We can discuss it. As Vice Mayor said, if we vote no, we vote no. But I'd like to add that to the tentative agenda, please. All right, now Katie, you can
You ready?
do a motion.
I'm going to move to approve the tentative agenda as amended to reflect City Manager Donnelly's 9 items, Vice Mayor's 2 items, and the Mayor's 1 item.
Second.
I got a second from Councilmember Grimes. Any other discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Great meeting, Team Oldsmar. Meeting adjourned.
I love that I get to be the default tentative agenda